Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Higma Learnia. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. Today we're talking about something many English learners get confused about.
Here's the big question. Is English communication the same as English grammar?
Many people think, if I don't know grammar, I can't speak English. But is that really true?
Stay with us for the next few minutes, and by the end, you'll know exactly which one to focus on first and how to grow both the right way.
Let's get into it.
Let's start with grammar. Grammar is the set of rules in a language. These rules tell us how to build correct sentences, things like verb tenses, subject-verb agreement, articles, word order, and punctuation.
So grammar is really a basic structure of a language. It gives structure. Without some grammar, sentences can get confusing.
But here's the important part. Grammar is not the same as communication. You can know every grammar rule in a book and still struggle to have a simple conversation.
That's such a common experience. Someone studies English for years, passes every grammar test, and then freezes the moment a real person asks them a question.
Exactly. Because grammar and communication train different skills. One is about knowledge, the other is about performance, in real time, under pressure.
Now let's talk about communication. Communication is the ability to share your ideas and feelings with someone and be understood. It includes speaking clearly, listening well, using the right tone, choosing natural words, and responding in real time.
Notice something? Grammar is just one small part of that list. Communication also includes body language, facial expression, timing, and even silence.
Right. Two people can have a great conversation with very simple words and a few grammar mistakes, as long as they understand each other and feel comfortable.
Let's compare them directly. Grammar asks, "Is this sentence correct?" Communication asks, "Did the listener understand me?"
Grammar lives in books and rules. Communication lives in real conversations with real people.
Grammar is about accuracy, communication is about connection.
Think of it like cooking. Grammar is the recipe. Communication is actually cooking the food and serving it, so people enjoy the meal. A perfect recipe means nothing if no one ever cooks.
And even a slightly imperfect recipe can still make a delicious meal because the cook adjusts along the way, tastes as they go, and connects with what people actually enjoy.
That's the relationship right there. Grammar supports you. Communication is the real goal.
So why do schools spend so much time on grammar rules?
Because grammar is easy to test. 20 questions, check the answers, give a score. Simple to organize in a classroom.
Communication is harder to measure. It depends on context, confidence, and the listener. So schools often focus on what's easy to test instead of what's actually useful.
That's why many students study English for years and still feel nervous speaking simple sentences. They know the rules, but they were never trained to actually use the language.
It's a bit like learning to swim by reading a book about swimming. You can memorize every stroke, every breathing technique, but the first time you're in the water, none of that matters if you've never actually practiced.
That's a great way to put it. Real skill only grows through real practice, not just through rules on paper.
Now, don't get the wrong idea. We're not saying forget grammar completely.
Grammar still matters for a few reasons. First, it prevents confusion. The wrong word order can completely change a sentence's meaning.
Second, grammar builds credibility, especially in professional settings like a job interview or a business email.
And third, grammar improves naturally the more you communicate. Native speakers rarely study grammar rules directly. They absorb it through years of listening and speaking.
So the real answer isn't grammar or communication. It's communication first, with grammar as support.
Think of grammar as a coach standing on the side of the field. The coach helps you improve, corrects your form, and points out mistakes. But the coach doesn't play the game for you. You still have to get on the field and play.
I love that. And the more you play, the more the coach's advice starts to feel automatic. You stop thinking about the rule, and you just do it correctly, naturally.
Let's make this practical 5 quick tips.
1. Speak first, correct later. Don't wait for perfect grammar to start talking.
2. Focus on high-impact grammar, the basic tenses and patterns you'll actually use every day.
3. Listen more than you study. Podcasts, videos, real conversations. Your brain absorbs grammar naturally that way.
4. Practice with real people, a language partner, a friend, even talking to yourself.
5. Don't fear mistakes. Every fluent speaker made thousands of them before getting fluent.
Remember, babies learn to speak long before they learn any grammar rule. Communication always comes first.
And that pattern doesn't stop being true just because we grow up. Adults learning a new language can follow the same order: speak and understand first, refine the rules later.
One more thing worth mentioning, confidence plays a huge role here too. A person with average grammar but strong confidence often communicates better than someone with perfect grammar and a lot of fear.
Absolutely. Fear makes people pause, overthink, and sometimes stop talking completely. Confidence keeps the conversation moving, even when a sentence isn't perfect.
So building confidence is really part of building communication skills. It's not separate from language learning, it's a core part of it.
Here's one example before we wrap up. 2 travelers land in a new country. One studied grammar books for 2 years but never practiced speaking at the airport. They freeze, too worried about being correct to even ask where the bus stop is.
The other traveler practiced speaking often, mistakes and all. They say, "Excuse me, where bus stop is?" Not perfect grammar, but the local person understands right away and helps them.
Confidence and clarity often matter more than perfection.
And that story really captures everything we've talked about today. Knowledge without practice stays stuck in the notebook. Practice, even with mistakes, turns into real ability.
So let's recap. Grammar gives structure. Communication gives connection.
Grammar is about correctness. Communication is about being understood.
And the smartest learners use grammar to support communication, not to block it.
If you remember one thing from today, speak to be understood, and let grammar improve along the way.
That's it for today's episode of Higma Learnia. If this helped you, like, subscribe, and share it with a friend learning English.
Tell us in the comments, do you focus more on grammar or communication?
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Keep speaking, keep practicing, keep growing right here on Higma Learnia. Bye for now.